just acted.
The question is, if a black man only makes $42K a year, does he? That's not the question. The question is the average black man good enough for the average black woman? And it came from a podcast, basically starting, setting the standard that the average black man only makes $42K a year.
Hold on, let's do this.
Even if you are making $42K a year, you want to have the mentality like, this is not where I'm going to be 5 years from now, 10 years from now, right?
Right.
But you may be able to meet an awesome guy, right? That is the man of your dreams, that he make $40,000 a year. Do you think the average black woman is okay with that?
Well, see, that's just the thing. If you're making $40K, where you for that deficit in salary, you gotta have value add somewhere else. And a lot of the times, what it is that there's no added value. You may not be bringing.
Did they play crickets behind her
to the table, but are you bringing a lot of emotional support? Are you bringing? Are you giving
y'all
a lot of
disregard Gavin?
Are you I think.
But
like,
okay,
so all right, we're gonna go to another one.
And are getting married at a higher rate than black women.
Yes.
Okay. So we're not even marrying our black women because they're not accepting us making that 42K.
Yes.
So we go into that culture that's accepting us making 42K and we making it work with that and making a family out of that.
Yes.
Then our black women are getting mad at us. But we're like, hey, accept us where we are. Let us work. Let us build.
Yeah.
Let
Is that what you call?
Bro,
and
you don't know how to be discreet, bro.
Our black women are doing
no.
as much
That
as we
nigga don't make
want,
no
and that's why they're
42K.
getting married at such and are getting married at a
Definitely
higher
don't know how to be
rate.
discreet. Gavin, let me tell you something. Gavin is the worst.
Okay.
Ain't that what? Shut up.
Hold on.
Of it. The U.S.
can't, all the
Census Bureau
clips.
reports that the average black men
Because I want people to get an understanding of what we about to do.
Oh.
So if black men make an average, keyword is average, of $42K a year, for a woman that says that she doesn't want a man making that amount of money, she'll prefer a man makes a number higher than that. Is she dismissing the average black man?
I mean, 9 times out of 10, she's probably the average black woman.
Woo! Shout out to the Black Fly on the Wall podcast. I wrote them today. Trying to set something up.
This girl told me to tell you one of the guys asked to come on the podcast, but that's the one I asked you about.
Oh, I didn't know. I thought this was some random ass podcast that you sent me. So for those not know, Keith sent this to me, and I was like, all right, let's discuss it. However, yeah, most definitely, I've been in talks with him. I didn't understand how this going on, but it makes sense now. You should have led with that.
I thought you knew, but you don't pay attention to me.
That is
what
true.
I tell you.
So what's your thoughts on this whole thing? Here you go.
No, you go ahead.
No, I ain't. No, you go ahead.
Because it says Gavin take.
That's just mine. So my thoughts process. But what's your feelings when you first saw it? Because you sent it to me. What was your first thoughts?
I think there's different layers to when it comes to identifying average and the characteristics of a man. It's not just necessarily his income. You do have to bring more than just finances to a relationship or to yourself in general. And then when you tie it into as far as you being a man, that's not the only characteristic you need to have. And I felt like their topic was based off of just that one characteristic, and that is the determining factor of all things. Because I watched the whole thing.
Oh yeah, you did watch those, and you told me. Well, shout out to me who watched the clips. Sorry guys, I was working. A lot.
I mean, even still, like it isn't far off. Like the clips, you can still. It's gonna be. You probably have the same synopsis for yourself from watching the clips if you would have watched the whole thing.
So what issue did you have with it? Just that?
That's what it all was about. So my issue with it is, one, there's different layers to this.
Okay.
I felt like this was just one scope of a man, one scope of a relationship, one scope of a black man, one scope of some black men, some black women. It's just one avenue, and that's not how people are. People aren't just linear. Like,
true.
So it's more to it than just, if he doesn't meet this, then that's it. No, there's other things that you got to bring. There's other qualities that, one, make a man. There's other qualities that make relationships work. So it's just like, I don't know. I felt like so many things were like, it was kind of insulting to the black woman. And I say insulting because most of the black women I know make a fairly amount of money, like good money.
Yeah.
I don't know people's financials. I don't know their pockets, but based off of this economy and things of that nature and how black women are growing and becoming more entrepreneurs, being the ones with the most degrees, like getting these jobs, being influencers, even though I hate that word, they make money from that. Like people, like black women are like, they are dope 100%.
Absolutely.
So it's so many questions I have. Like
what?
Questions I have is, if the average of a black man is 42K, what's the average of the black woman? Because they didn't say that. That statistic wasn't there.
Well, let's look it up.
My question also is, excuse me, I'm so sorry.
That's disgusting.
The average of the black woman, because they didn't say that. What if it was vice versa? Would you care? Which goes into, other things as far as how people were raised and being the provider and things of that nature. And if a woman does make more than you, like, men have like some type of ego sometimes, depending on, the person. Like, it can maybe a strain in a relationship. Like, if that is not going to be an issue for you, or I guess like if it was reversed.
Okay.
But what I'm saying is, if it was reversed,
and the only reason I shook my head right there because I didn't want to cut you off. That's the only, and I just cut you off.
No, you're fine. If it was reversed, this wouldn't be a question.
I don't think so either.
So it's just so many questions that I don't get why, instead of making this a divisive thing, because it seems like it was a little animosity there against black women. I'm not even gonna lie. Why not question other things, as far as like my homegirl posted in the comments. She was just like, instead of bringing this as a topic, why not bring up the topic of why black men are not making equal pay or more as their counterparts?
True, but we can walk and chew at the same time.
What the hell does that mean?
That means we can have one conversation and still have this one as well.
Right. You can bring up all the factors in one thing.
So it takes time. I mean, we do a pod for 24 hours. There's so many black issues we still won't talk about. That don't mean we care about them less, but this is just the one we're talking about now.
All right.
Anything else? Sorry.
It's a whole lot.
Okay. It'll come out. Okay. Did you just look me up and down? Mm-hmm. Oh, shit. Sorry. I am not affiliated with the Black Fly on the Wall podcast.
We're going to hear what Gavin got to say. He don't like black women.
Here we go. First of all, I have no issue with anything they said. Mind you, I didn't hear the whole thing. So if it wasn't the clips I just played, don't hit me up later and say, this is what they said. You said you agree with it. Mm-hmm. Make sure you put this in the soundbite as well. But off rip, when you sent it to me, I think I sent back, what's the issue? Because I didn't see an issue with it. Let me tell you why I didn't see an issue with it. Because I don't think black women would date dudes who make $42K. I just don't. I just really do not. I think there are certain factors that women automatically disqualify men on. Salary and height. Automatically. Like, I really do. And I've seen women do it. The next thing, third for me, would be how many kids he got. Women have been able to say, like, oh, okay, if he has one, I do it. Okay, you got two, as long as it's one baby mama, I'm cool. But let me tell you, height, that's really a line breaker for a lot of women. Salary, like money you make, that's a lot. That's really like the second biggest line. So when their thing could have been, women don't date dudes under 5'3". Let me tell you what happened. Women would not have been, they would have been laughing, putting emojis in there. Sure won't, sure ain't. So for me, I'm looking at this as...
Well, the average woman isn't 5'3".
I know. But the average dude is probably 5'8". It's women who don't date dudes that's 5'8". Like, so the reason why, when I'm reading this, when I heard it, I laughed because I'm like, oh, chicks don't date dudes who make $40K.
I just want to know, where y'all getting this from?
Every woman we talk to. Literally. It's not uncommon. It's really not. It's not.
Well, I can say I've been on plenty of dates, and one of the comments in there was a woman goes on first 2 dates and she asking about their salary. I've never done that ever.
Yeah, I mean, women. I put it like this before we even get farther. I would say this about women. Women have a unique way of figuring out how much money you make without even asking you. Some just flat out ask you what you do. You know, their question. Oh, what do you do? Where you work at? They wills attorney. Can this dude afford me? Can he support me? Can I depend on him? You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of things. Sorry, I heard my mic vibrating. So it's a lot of things that it's a lot of ways women find unique ways of figuring out your salary. They do not date dudes that makes 42 or around that range. I'm going to be generous and say 40 to 50. They not really trying to fuck with those dudes.
Is that before or after taxes? Because that make a difference.
See, you asking the questions proving exactly their point.
But what... No, I'm not. Because if you make $42K gross, that's a hell of a lot of money.
To some women, most women is not. They not really fucking with 42.
See, this is why I say it's layers to this, because people are categorizing women as a whole, like the average woman. The majority of people is the average,
Absolutely.
Right?
That was one of their points.
Right? So y'all are saying I would be considered average.
No, they're not talking about the average woman. They're talking about the average man. They're just saying in general women.
They said, does the average woman
so cool.
good enough for the average man?
So that's a whole nother question than what we're talking about right now.
Well, that was a question on the clip.
And that's what you told me about too. Like, hey, this is their question. This is the situation.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, it does make a difference, because 42 gross income, that's a hell of a lot of money. And I think gross, like, that's what you take home. Not this is after taxes. So what I'm saying is, like, I'm just trying to figure out what women you guys have interacted with and entertained or had a conversation with, and they have literally gave you scenarios where that is the case.
Easy. Everyone.
No, I have never had a conversation with you about what I want out of a man and his income.
You don't have to. I've had conversations with you about what you want out of a man, and I know the 42 dude, and I'm not even talking about. I don't care.
So that has nothing to do with me. That's your interpretation of what I'm saying, of what I want as a standard.
If I told you,
and there's nothing wrong with a woman having standards on what she wants in her partnership.
So, and we'll get to that part. If I told you I got a dude, he's this, and that, but bruh makes 42, no, you can't say, oh shit, is it gross or net? It shouldn't even matter.
I wouldn't ask that.
But you just said gross is a lot of money. So you tell me 42 net ain't enough money.
All I'm saying, regardless, forget what I just said.
Okay.
It doesn't matter gross or before taxes, right?
Okay.
The amount doesn't matter. If you manage your money, you take care of your responsibilities, that's all that freaking matters.
How many women can say they feel that way?
When it comes to income, is what I'm saying. Because there's a lot of other things that still matter.
It's a lot of women right now who's met a dude and said, oh, you work in a call center, I'm good on you.
Who?
We're not going to have these conversations. Like, not the fake one.
That is the conversation. Y'all are saying, y'all are giving these scenarios and giving these statistics and saying that this is how women are. I'm trying to figure out what women are doing this, because the women I have surrounded myself with, I promise you.
None of their mans make under 42.
How do you know? Because
I know all the women, the dudes and women you talking about.
No, you don't.
Name me one chick who you know man make under 42 right now. Megan man don't make under 42. Brittany man don't make under 42. Who else you know that got a man? I'm telling you, none of them dudes make under 42.
Okay, I'm not gonna put this person's business out, but I know
a homegirl that got a dude who make under 42. I'm just saying, because
I'm telling you, I can tell you off air. I'm not, like I said, I'm not gonna put their business out there. But these scenarios happen, like it works for them. What works for them? Who gives a fuck with it? Like,
because you know more women who don't date dudes or married dudes or in current relationship with dudes who make under 42 than don't. You have actually, let me tell you what, and this is an assumption, but I promise you it's true. You know actually more single women than women who are dating dudes who making under 42. Or you know more single women who more single women than women that are dating dudes over 42.
I actually don't know these people's income.
I'm telling you, let me ask them. Say, yo, you think your man, send them there and be like, you think your man make under 42? Because they know now. Well, what they dating or what? I'm telling you, women, Women do not do that shit. They really would knock you down and not knock you down. They would knock you out and say, nah, I'm not going to talk to you. Why? Because you under 5'10". Well, excuse me. You're under 6'2". That's the first thing. Women would not talk to a dude that's a certain height, don't make a certain amount of money. Everything else is hit or miss of what they with. That's really the truth. And then me and you was going to a thing. Let me tell you this. If the roles were reversed, will we be having this conversation? Absolutely not. You know why? Because men are not worried about how much a chick makes. That's not a disqualifier.
Yeah,
for
that's
us.
Because they were brought up, like you said earlier, to be the provider of the family.
So on, though, me and Key had a pre-conversation, and I told her, I said, wait to the pot. She said, no, nigga, I want it now. And we had a conversation. I told her.
And that's probably why men feel the way that they saying about this 42K.
About what? Oh, absolutely. Because I told Key, I said,
so
look.
why you mad at the woman? If you've been raised to be a provider and take care of your family financially, mentally, everything, number one, because some people still follow those traditional ways. Why is this even a topic?
Okay, this is a topic because men are approached by women all the time, and it is, hey, you got a homeboy? You're a good guy, but you're taking, or I friend zone you too many damn times and I realize you the nigga I'm supposed to be with. One of those two reasons. Or I'm just not attracted to you. Do you got a homeboy? Because I know you're a good guy, so you are going to be able to find a guy that's just like you, but single, who's tall enough, who makes over 42, whatever the case may be. Like, do you have that guy? Men get tired of hearing that question because in our mind, no dude we bring to you is going to be good enough. You know why? Because maybe bruh's a little overweight. You know why? Because maybe bruh, he's not your height requirement. I know a bunch of good dudes right now who are under 5'8". They ain't good enough. It's some women right now I'm like, ooh, keep him where he at.
Excuse me.
It's a lot of dudes who, you know what I'm saying, kids ain't never the issue. Let me tell you something. If you ask a girl, be like, yo, the same dude, one has no kids, one is 5'9", what would they pick? They're going to pick the dude with the one kid. I promise you that. You ask women, you say, yo, this dude is 6'4", broke. He's six, excuse me. You got the short dude who makes a good amount of money, but you got the tall dude who making 42. It gets shifty for them. They really get scared and don't know what to fucking pick. You know what I'm saying? And it's so the point I'm trying to get at, men, we are raised. This is what happened. We get 13. Let's go for the guys who grew up in a single parent household with their mom. Men are raised, once they get to a certain age and you're old enough to work, you're bringing money in this house. You got to. Or maybe you don't have to, but I got to treat you like a man. So you know what? You really become, we're taught earlier that money, you need to bring money in. You know what? We're going to help. We're going to let you pay a bill. We're going to let you do some shit. All right. So that happens. So when men get older, we start realizing that, yo, women at a very early age, women have taught me that money speaks louder than anything else. It's the first thing that speaks to them. Right. So then what happens is you take that, you go to college. Who gets the most girls on college? The dude who got the car. You know what I'm saying? Even in high school, who got a car? The ugly dude on campus can have a car, but that somehow that symbolizes money. So then women start poking at that. You get to college, who got a job and who got a car? Who got the first person get an apartment? Excuse me. You go there, you get out of that, then you looking at women who saying, yo, this dude got this. Money always speaks first. And so dudes, and then let's not even get into how every rap song from a female now is about, yo, who gonna eat me out and who I can finesse. That's a whole nother subject. But I'm not even trying to downplay women. I'm just saying this is what men feel. So yeah, we have these conversations where it's like, yo, I make 42. No, I'm single. It's a lot of dudes who make 42 right now that's single as shit and had a shit on tight. But chicks is like, nah. You know why? Because I'd rather be single. That's what they say. So yeah, you have those things. And like,
man, it's all BS to me.
It's not.
It is. It's all subjective.
Everything is an opinion at the end of the day, but it's a lot of dudes. You're not going to have a dude who's going to see that clip. It's not one man who's going to see that clip and be like, nah, I don't believe in that. No, because we know everything in our life has been about money. Because if you don't have that, because let me tell you, it's not really about the money. Most money is the result of showing us that you're a hard worker and you work hard. Now women are just like, yo, I've had women tell me, I had a chick right now. Not right now. I remember I had a chick. She was bad too. Unemployed out the ass, living at home with her mom. Bad though. And I asked her, I said, what type of dude you looking for? She was fine. I didn't understand why she was single. Oh, he got to make 3 times as much as me. I was like, I said, for a chick to be unemployed and you want a nigga to make 3 times, that's easy. That's 0. But she's in her mind, she said, I imagine in my life I will be making this much, so I need a dude who's at least making 3 times. You know who she was dating? The shortest dude who used to whoop her ass and date other women. But she was cool with that because he was bringing a check home. I got countless stories of women who got bullshit ass jobs.
Yeah, but what type of women are these?
Do it matter?
Are they average then?
Absolutely.
If they got BS jobs?
Bro said it in the clip. He's like, a lot of the women who have, let me tell you who's affected by this. There's a certain group of women who are really, really affected. Let me tell you who's not affected. Once you realize that you won't depend on a man ever for money, you're going to be cool with this comment. And I'm not saying that you're like, I know you have an issue with that, but let me put it like this.
Yeah, I definitely got an issue with that because I'm very comfortable and can take care of myself.
Absolutely.
And I still have an issue with this.
And I still don't know how, because for you, who I know around the range of how much money you make more money than me.
You don't know that? You don't. Unless somebody has actually given you.
You told me. So I know how much money you make.
Unless somebody has actually given you a number, you don't know how much somebody makes.
You've given me a range of how much.
I'm not talking about me.
Okay.
I'm saying in general.
So I'm telling you this. I know how much money you make, around the range of how much money you make. And I know you won't be depending on no man. So let me tell you what's going to happen. The 42,000 dude can come up to you and be a great guy, and you know what you're going to do? You're going to talk to him. But let me tell you about the chick who makes 30, who makes 37, let me tell you about the other girl who makes $13 an hour, who is a good girl. She know how to cook. She got her shit on straight. She ain't got no kids. She's educated, but she's making $13 an hour. And the dude who makes 17 comes up to her and be like, yo, I want to talk to you. She's going to laugh him out of the fucking gym.
How do you figure that though?
Because that's what women do. I hate to generalize it, but that's literally the most women, they're going for the doctors. It ain't but so many doctors out here. It ain't but so many athletes out here. It ain't but so many people who are the boss, the CEO, the CFO, the fucking manager, the fucking supervisor, whatever the case may be. It ain't but so many of them out there. Most women really are looking at those dudes and saying, yo, all right, I choose to be single now. And they tight. That's why you got so many women. That's why a lot of chicks be mid-30s and be single as shit. Because for them, there's a line of 42 that it might be 40. It might be 50. If you poll your girls right now and be like, yo, how much you want your man to make? I guarantee nobody's saying under 50. If you don't believe me, do it today and see what happens.
If they even give me a number.
No, they'll give you one. They give you a range. Everybody, but no range is going to be between 35 and 45. None of the ranges is going to be that, which is what, according to these guys, what average man makes. No girl in there. And let you be the one like, oh.
So let me ask you this. Is that a problem?
For who?
Why is that is it a problem?
For men don't care.
They obviously do care. Why is this a topic if men don't care?
Because we have preferences and things that we like, and we get tired of women telling us they have a problem with those things when this is their preference, and they somehow seem to fight us against it.
So you got to break that down, because what preferences do you have that women have a problem with?
Women got all types of preference. So
do men. We can do back and forth all day, because everybody has their own standards and preferences that they want as a person.
Yeah, men know that women have preferences. We just supposed to sit back, shut up, and take it. And most time we do not care. So we sit back, take it, and be like, oh, okay, cool. I ain't got to talk to her. So yeah,
exactly. That's my point. Like, you sitting up here fussing about a woman who said that she don't want to be with somebody who makes $42K. That's not the woman for you. Like, why even make this? Because they seem real angry.
It seemed like this is how men talk. I'm sorry to the women.
They still sound angry.
I understand, but this is literally, I put this shit in my group chat. You don't even want to see them chats.
They still sound angry. Look,
absolutely.
Look, if you don't like black women, just say that. Like, you don't have to go through all the bullshit.
Black women got to stop doing that.
If you don't like us, just say it, and then we cool.
Black women got to stop saying that. Y'all not cool if black men don't like black women. Y'all got to kill that shit too.
Don't say y'all.
No, you just said it. Y'all got to stop that. I'm saying black women can't start hearing shit that hurts their feelings or that they don't like and say, oh, if y'all don't like black women, then fuck it. Just say it.
That was a joke.
I understand, but I've seen a lot of that too. But let me tell you why black men don't care. For us, let me tell you what we hear. We hear he got to be 6'2". He got to be making 145. He got to be dark skinned, clean cut, and you know what I'm saying? He got to have no kids. He got to drive an Audi A8, and he got to be staying in Ballantyne. We hear that a lot. Trust me. When we come across those girls, you know what we do? Cool, bet. Next. We literally do that. We keep it moving.
Where the hell y'all meeting these girls at? Because
anywhere.
I don't. Even in conversations with my group of girlfriends, this like specifications that you guys are saying that women say, I have never heard that.
I don't see how.
What you mean? You don't see how? Because you don't surround yourself with the same women I do. Maybe like 2 or 3, but for the most part, I have never. I'm trying to figure out where these women are that y'all are referring to.
I believe that we deal with more women than y'all give us credit for.
I still don't get it. And maybe this is just, we're going to have to agree to disagree because this.
I don't know what there's to disagree on. I mean, well, I guess the disagreement.
It is a disagreement. Like, you agree that is valid and it's true, and I agree that it is not. That is the agreement. I believe I've tried to date disagree.
I believe I've tried to date more black women than you have.
Clearly.
And I believe I've tried to date more black women than all the women that you are talking about combined. So what you might share.
Get out of here.
Huh? Oh.
No, it was Verizon.
Oh, okay. So, and only thing I would say this. Black men have found a unique way to, and I say this and I choose this carefully, but I'm going to say it because I think it needs to be said. We have, and I tried to hint at this podcast ago, black men have found a way to tune out black women on certain issues. Because for us, we know it's more of an issue for you that you care about more and that we personally can't fix, so we choose not to care. It's a reason why when we wrote that, hey, I wrote that comment and I said black men got to be comfortable with telling black women they wrong and don't be willing to get cussed out about. And all the men that commented said, oh, I just won't correct her. I don't care. She ain't mine. It's a reason why black men are right there. And it's because of stuff like this. It's because women have a preference. You think these men really care that black women prefer their preference is a man who makes a salary over 50K or whatever the range is? No, they don't care. But let me tell you what happens is you get tired, like I told you before, you get tired of single black women complaining that they don't have a man, complaining that they can't have kids because they choose a certain way of having their kids, being married, blah, 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 whatever the case may be. Or you get tired of these women coming up to you and saying, yo, put me on. That was you, not me.
I know.
Okay, cool. And so with that being said, when we have a preference, whether you like black women or not, whether you want her to be a certain hue or not, whether you want what you want her profession to be or not, whether you want her to cook and clean or not, when you have those preferences, we get chastised quicker than that. Nobody cares. Let me tell you, when the last time you seen a black woman being married to a white man and it's been an issue amongst black men? Never. We don't care.
Nah, some black men care.
It's smaller than black women.
We don't know that though.
Yeah, yes we do.
No, we don't.
So, all right, which have you seen more? Let me ask you this: which one have you seen more of? Black men complaining that
First
black
of all,
women.
I don't see it because, like I always say to you,
you ain't never seen a black women complain that a black man is married to a black woman, white woman. You've never seen it. Okay,
what
cool.
I have heard is black women say certain things when a black man gives these lists of reasons as to why they don't want to date a black woman when they're downing her. That's the only thing as far as negativity or something that a black woman has said about a black man dating a white woman. Or a woman that's not black.
People are going to start tagging you now when there's the post of, look at this dude with a white wife. Look at all these celebrities with white wives.
And that's what I'm saying. I don't see that stuff. Well, we know. You really bring up celebrities?
Well, I'm just saying. You talking about other people on the internet that you don't know.
What I'm saying is, the things that you just said as far as people tagging me in these clips, I don't see that generally. Like, I don't see clips where a black woman is saying, oh, look at him, he done went to the other side, or she taking one of our men's. Like, I don't see that.
Yeah, let me tell you this. Black men, I'm telling you right now, when a black woman decides to date a white man, black men do not care. They don't.
And you think black women?
They care.
Yes,
they do. I personally showed you how people be in my DMs talking about how I don't date a black woman or married a black woman. So yeah, you've seen that.
I haven't seen it. You show me what you see, but I personally have not seen that. So I don't experience that.
No,
what I'm telling you is
you don't experience black men being chastised for not marrying black women. You've never witnessed a black man not dating a black woman and being criticized for it.
Yes.
That's all I was asking.
No, I'm saying that, yes, I'm agreeing to you. I have not seen that.
Okay, cool. I will be showing you that. Even the personal ones I get from here on out. I'll show it to you.
Why?
Because so you can see that it does exist.
I'm not saying that it doesn't, which was what I was trying to say furthermore.
Okay.
Is that who you surround yourself with matters and impacts you. Who you follow on these social media apps impacts you. Like all of these things, whether it's somebody you know personally or somebody just from the internet, all of these things can get into our heads because people can make comments, people can have conversations, can say these things. I make sure that if I am surrounded by you or I am following you or I'm watching you, I don't want to see any type of negativity or bashing or ignorance on my timeline or in my circle.
Absolutely.
Even though Gavin can be a little ignorant sometimes.
Absolutely. All the time.
So no, when I literally say I don't see that, the only time I see a black woman saying anything about a black man dating outside of his race is when he is bashing the black woman instead of giving his reasons why he dates a white woman or Hispanic woman. If that's what you like, cool, but don't down us because whatever.
I'm telling you right now, as a black man who deals with black women, just randomly stating what I can and can't speak on because I'm not married to a black woman. It exists. So out of your circle, I don't know how many black women date outside of their race in your circle, but out of your circle, yeah, you do have a black man. And of course, I don't have time to be down in black women, but yeah, it happens. So I'm letting you know that. And so what I'm also letting you know, if a black man say, hey, I like light-skinned women, that's an issue before black women saying I like chocolate men. And that's just colorism at its finest. That's actually just men not giving a shit about black women really like chocolate dudes.
Well, I think that's a whole nother topic because
but it's preferences. Basically, what I'm trying to get at is just preferences and how black men, and this is an issue with black men that they have to figure out. Black men have less of an issue with colorism than black women, rightfully so. Because of hundreds of years of whatnot.
And that's why I said that's a
however, with us, you don't see a dude saying, yo, she too short for me. She too tall for me. It's just like, keep it moving. Women, he's too short for me. You've definitely heard women talk about somebody being too short.
I've heard the height thing.
Absolutely. You've definitely heard that come more from women than men. You going to say no to that too?
I only talk to like 3 men. Like, what you want me to do?
So just say yes. That's all.
No, y'all are in a relationship. So what's that got to do with how they gonna tell me your preference and you already got your thing.
You know more than 3
your wife, your girl, whatever y'all want to call it.
You know more than 3 men and you've heard less of them talk about a woman's height than your homegirls talk about a dude's height.
I said I agree with you on the height thing.
So that's why I'm saying men, if I had to guess what was going on through these brothers' heads, if I just had to guess, I believe they were having a conversation and this is a guess and no issues with these brothers. I hope to go on. I hope to have them on and I would love to be corrected. I believe they created a title that was for clickbait. And they did that.
Definitely got some people riled up.
Absolutely, as you should, because now people are going to tune into your next episode. Now you got to top that.
True.
And I don't have an issue with it because I didn't see no dudes in the comments. First of all,
I see some dudes in the comments.
Some dudes, but mostly it was women. Most men who saw this was like, cool, yeah. Every dude has had a girl at least come up to them once and figure out their salary and was like, I'm good.
That's crazy to me because
You've never experienced it.
Yeah, I've never experienced it. And people around me, I've never heard them when dudes approach them give that thing either.
That's because we don't want to come up to you and let you know also how much money we make and it is not good enough. And you like, well, shit. Let me put it like this. Most men, we have a name for men who, this goes back to my point of women who would depend on a man or be looking towards a man for support and paying certain things to help their lifestyle. We have a name for men, if the roles were reversed, who was saying, yo, I need my girl to at least be making 75 because I need her to be able to support me in whatever way it is. Like, I'm going to need financial support as well as emotional and physical and whatever. We got a name for those. We call them bums. You know what I'm saying? However, we don't call women bums for feeling that same way, because if you're a woman right now who you're making a great amount of money or a decent amount of money or more than 42 or more than 50, more than whatever the case may be, more than likely you're not looking for a man. So when you meet a great guy, you're not even worried about his salary. You are going to pay attention to how good he is and isn't with money.
True.
And the guys even talked about it, and you alluded to it as well. You can make $100K and blow 80 of it.
Mm-hmm. They were saying that too.
You can make 40 and save all of it.
Mm-hmm. That's what they said too.
You know, the most money I ever saved in my life, I think I made like 35 a year. Literally, I was making no fucking money. And I saved the most money at that time in my life. Why? I kept my expenses down. Why? I was really paying attention. Why? Because I was doing photo shoots under the table. It was certain things you got to do. Now,
that came up too, was like people who are making less money, they on a more grinding mode than people who make more money.
And
that's what that's what the girl was, well, not even the girl, it was one of the other guys. He was like, he was, correct, I could be wrong, but I think I got from the fact that if you are staying at that amount, that's when women find it an issue. Mm-hmm. But Absolutely. If you are working and you have goals and you got, things and that you have aspirations for, and you want to grow and increase your territory and increase your income, cool. People can rock with that. I think for me personally, I feel like some women feel like, I guess it all depends on age, where you are in life, right? Because those are factors. So you 22 years old making 42K. Well, 25, because the average amount was based off of, I think, 25 and up.
Yeah, probably 25 to 32 or something like that. Whatever they do, they little age brackets.
So you 25 making 42, but you still, working, grinding, like, hey, I'm about to do this, do that, and the third. We about to make it on top. Cool. Women like that you have goals, that you are thinking of the bigger picture and you want to grow. But you making 42 and that you comfortable with that, you okay with that? Like, I don't even think a man would be comfortable with a woman doing that.
Yes, they will.
To just stay stagnant.
Yeah.
You want your woman to be stagnant.
I'm not saying I want to. I'm just saying, if my woman, let's say she makes 42 now. If we get to a place and it's 20 years and she's still making 42, I don't think I'm going to be complaining. Why? Because for me, as the leader and the man of the house, who is looked at as a support. And by the way, for those who do not know, my wife makes more money than me right now. She always has. So since I met her, she's always made more money than me. So with that being said, as somebody who's seen as a leader, who is seen as somebody who leads his family, who say, hey, I am the support, I'm financially supporting this family, then yeah, I'm not going to be telling her like, yo, you know what? You still making 42. We should go move way out to Mint Hill and get a big ass house. No. Now, it's going to be some things that we won't be able to do because of her salary, or unless my salary just keeps growing. But you have a lot of billionaires and millionaires whose wives don't work. They make zero money. So a lot of things can't change unless my salary changes. So no, I understand what you're saying. But for me, that goes back to a dude is not getting out of college talking to a girl and be like, yo, so how much money you make? What you doing? Sometimes you'd be like, oh, what are you doing? What you want to be? Because now that we're older, now that it's 2021, men are marrying the chicks who do not depend on them at fucking all. I want to get that. That's a newsflash to everybody. Like, men are figuring it out. And I'm telling you this, and we had this conversation before. Men, as we're getting older, we're not settling at all either. We're just not. As men get older, they do not settle. I don't know why.
What do you mean by settle?
We don't see the need to get married when we can have kids in any type of way. My camera just went out and I'm gonna go grab it. Matter of fact, you want to grab it? Because it's gonna go out.
So can women.
Okay, I grab it. So can women what?
There's a lot of women out there that don't want to get married too, right?
Absolutely.
And they can definitely have a kid without a man, right?
Absolutely.
So I don't understand how you would feel women settle more when they get older. Your thing not on.
Yeah, it's the top battery. Tell everybody. All right, so for those who don't know, this probably got chopped up just because I had to go change the camera battery. Mm-hmm. However, I guess what I'm trying to get at is men as we get older, getting married isn't a factor for us. It's not high on our list. One, I believe getting married for some people, depending on your values or what you want to do with your life. Let me correct that. If you want to have a kid, for men, we're not in a rush to have children. Our body is not on a timer.
Clearly, you're not pushing the kid out.
Exactly. So for us, don't let us end up having a kid already. We cool with just not getting married and not dating or just dating multiple people, running and sleeping and doing whatever.
You do know women have those exact same thoughts, right?
Some.
It's a lot of women that I have heard, me personally have heard say, I don't know if I want to get married.
Absolutely.
But they will be ready to have a kid.
Or they willing to settle down with somebody. Men aren't. As they get older.
I haven't heard about no settling. Nah.
Okay.
I haven't heard that.
You've heard more women talk about being single and looking for a man than dudes.
No, I've heard more women talk about being single and not wanting to get married than I've heard them saying they were looking
cool
for
with
a
being
dude.
Single?
Yes. This is what I'm telling you. I've heard women say this.
No, I'm talking about the girls you know. I'm not talking about some homegirl who you work with or you.
No, I'm talking about people I know.
Okay, cool.
Like, women are.
They are.
Like, you don't know a woman's mindset because you're not a woman. You don't know. You have not talked to every single woman or even half the women on this earth to come up with a consensus.
I hate when women do that. Neither have you.
Exactly. But if we're going by that.
We was at lunch last week and I was sitting with 3 single women. The conversation came up, where are the men?
Who was you sitting with at lunch?
Last week when we was out on Thursday. We can't sit here and do this shit, man. We know
I ain't asked about no single man.
Look.
I mean, no single man. I don't remember that. Excuse me, I don't remember that.
Okay, let me put it like this. However we want to look at it, whatever games we want to play, whatever we don't want to say on this pod. Single women, they are looking for men.
Okay.
Some of them.
According to Gavin, single women is looking for men.
If they not, let me tell you something. It is women. I've come across women who's like, yo, I'm not trying to get married. I don't want to be married. I've come across 3 times as many women who are like, yo, I want to be in a relationship. I want a man. I'm talking to dude. I'm trying to figure out what's going on. One day I want to have kids. I'm trying to settle down. And nothing is wrong with that.
Settle down is different than settling.
I understand. So we haven't even got to that part of what I was going to get to. The thing I'm trying to say is, as we get older, women seemingly find ways that they will certain things they want. Maybe if he ain't 6'3", he can be 5'10", and I date him. I give him a chance. Or maybe if he don't make 75 and he makes 60, I can get at a chance. Maybe if he has 1 kid, there was a time when you knew women who literally would not date dudes. Let me not even do that to you. There's a time when I used to meet chicks who he can't have no kids. I ain't got time for no baby mamas. I ain't got time for no kids. Those same women now who are still fucking single are saying, yo, I can deal with 1. Maybe 2 kids if they from the same baby mama. That to me, is it settling? I think we look at settling as such a nasty word. Sometimes it's just compromising is another beautiful word. We can change it out, or our course in life change. We learn different things. We accept different things. Whatever the case may be. But
see, that's funny that you say that, because I think sometimes we have to be mindful of the verbiage that we use, because you saying settling comes off as a negative connotation.
Absolutely.
But you just compared it to being the same as being compromisable and learning and changing, which is totally 2 different things to me.
To you, absolutely. And I think, let me put it like this. In saying them, to me, they do they mean the exact same thing? Sometimes to me, and I'm sure there's situations where it's not the same. However, I look at it like this. It's not the end all be all. Like, men, when we get older, it's like, yo, she don't have a good job. Good. I'm not finna be that long anyway. I'm good on that. I'm fine. I'm not rushing to get married as I'm getting older. And I do believe women do cross a threshold when they say, yo, I'm cool with being single for the rest of my life, stacking my bread, traveling, being out with my girls, going to brunch every day. I'm not saying like that's not the thing, but there's a lot of women who are out there, yo, I'm actively looking for a man, and I want a good man because I'm a good woman, and nothing's wrong with that.
I also feel like there's some women who maybe still want to be, married and have kids and stuff, but that doesn't mean that they are like, I guess it's kind of contradicting it, but like they want those certain things, but they not looking. I guess it's not a number one priority, I guess I'm trying to say, but you could still want that maybe later on in life. Mm-hmm. Like I've heard women say, yeah, I would love to have a husband. I would love to have a kid. But right now I'm just, focused on this, or this is my main priority. So, I mean, I guess it's all part of what you just said about learning and changing and adapting to certain things and life experiences and all that stuff. I don't know.
It's going to be certain things. Any final thoughts?
I was going to say, what's your takeaway on this whole subject? Not even just the 42K, but just in general, as far as when it comes to standards and preferences when it comes to black women and black men.
I believe black men want to live within their preferences without catching backlash. I think that's where this whole thing stemmed from. I don't think it was the end all be all. I believe this probably started as a joking question within a prior group chat or something like that. But what it came down to is black men are in a space now where we're like, yo, we do have certain preferences. And the problem is whenever we date a girl or we show our homegirls or we are out and about speaking about our preferences, we do get criticized in our eyes. I'm not saying it's the truth or it's law, but sometimes we feel like, yo, we do get criticized quicker than black women on our preferences. As a black man, I don't see any post. I didn't see nobody slamming Kamala for dating a white man while she was running for vice president. You know what they were saying? We have a black woman running who's an AKA who went to a HBCU. Nobody put up that she had a white man up there beside her. I don't think black men cared. In general, I don't think black men care. However, there's times on Facebook where you see, where's Facebook or not even just scratch the DMs I get, because every black woman who tried to criticize me, they slide in my DMs and apologize later. Because I think it was something that they were quick to do and didn't mean it. But my thing has always been, don't DM me and say it online. Like, tell me online.
So I can see it. So I can see what the hell Gavin be talking about.
Well, my thing is, say it online. Say, yo, I'm sorry. I didn't mean that.
Oh, gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? Like, because when you say what you say, and it looked like, oh, you're down putting black women, and I just said, yo, you're not even married to one. And it always, never mind, scratch that.
Go ahead, say what you gotta say.
Because I got people who really fucks with me who listens to this pod, and I can't do that.
You was about to talk about somebody specifically.
Yeah, absolutely, and I can't do that. But the problem is, I probably would. So the problem is, you just got to deal with that. As a black man who deals with that personally, do it bother me? No, because I still talk to I don't think there's a black woman out there who can ever say, I personally don't protect black women. They might.
You talk about you? Mm-hmm. Oh, I thought you meant they were saying that.
No. I don't think that. I think most women, when they do a little research, especially those who might talk shit online or whatever, they might realize like, nah, that's not even his makeup. That's not him. But it happens. I think men are just, this whole conversation, I just think it comes into like, yo, let us have our preferences. Me personally, I asked you 5 episodes. I don't know, making up a number, but I asked you
about
a long
20
time.
episodes ago.
Yeah. I said, I do not see when black men downplay black women to prove why they like something. You know what you did that week? You tagged me in comments. And I said, okay.
Yeah, so I told next time you show me what you talking about.
Yeah. And I didn't notice that. I've never seen that. Now, for me, I don't know anybody personally. I probably know some people that, a couple of people that date. Yeah, I do. I know a couple of people that date non-black women. I've never known them to downplay black women. That's me personally.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
I had to think about what I was trying to say, but yeah.
I don't know none that's personally downplay black women. I don't know any black women. I know some black women that date other races of dudes. They don't downplay black men. You know, so I don't see those things. However, I've been around black women that date other black men that I personally know, who I fucks with, who I'm cool with. Mm-hmm. They frown when they see a black man with somebody that's other than a black woman.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely. Look at him with that white girl. Oh, he's dating a white girl. Oh, he got a Hispanic girl.
They acting like the black men that's down in the black women.
Yeah, absolutely. But for me, I look at it, I think black men are, and this is going to go back, and we can move on because.
Now I got to give my take.
Oh, yeah. After your take.
I'm just
we got a problem here?
I just like fucking with Gavin.
But it goes back to my thing. I forgot my fucking thought.
I'm
sorry.
No,
you good. But the point is, I guess the end of the thing is like, yo, we all gonna like what we like. We all gonna have a preference on whatever. Just protect each other no matter what your preference is.
And that brings me to my final thought. I feel like this conversation would have been better if it was a more diverse group of of men and women. Mm-hmm. Because, and I think it more so felt like an insult or an attack for black women because it was mostly men talking about it. Like,
but it is an all-male podcast, right?
It is an all-male podcast, I believe.
Yeah.
So that's why I feel like that. So I do feel like, like Gavin said, you can like who you like. If you want him to have $1 million, if you want him to have 20,000, I don't care. Whatever works for you works for you. But I do think that we need to, as far as black men and black women, instead of having topics like this that make it seem like we're dividing each other, I think we need to more so come together and discuss ways on how to make it better for us collectively. Because we all have different ideas, different opinions. And I feel like when we bring all those things together, I think it'll be better and strengthen us more than it would making others feel like it's an attack or you're down in us or whatever. And that goes for women and men, not just the men that I'm talking about through this podcast. Like I said, I don't know them. They seem cool, but that goes for both sides. So
one of them look familiar.
That goes for both sides. So like, we really just need to get better at protecting each other. Absolutely. In all areas of life. Not just relationships or finances, but all areas of life.
Absolutely. Congratulations to us. I don't think we've ever argued